What do you think it was about his personality that made him such a good songwriter?
Well, he was a good guy, had a good soul, and it came through his music.
If you are looking to go into music or are in love with an outlaw, listen up. This one is for you. Waylon seemed to really, he was one of those guys that made impacts on people's lives. He left his imprint.
Yes.
For sure.
He was definite. He knew how to make a decision, and he knew how to stand by it and make it good. He was just real creative. Everything he did, you never knew quite what
he made his own logo.
It was
right?
It was like he was just really creative in the course of a day. He was not stuck. He was amazing.
I am here with Emmylou Harris, who is on this tribute album, Jamie Johnson, Living for a Song. And we were just talking about the song that she sang, Don't Touch Me.
Right.
And, you were talking about how it's like it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of songs are about, oh, you broke my heart, and a lot of country songs. But this is like, it hasn't happened yet. There's kind of a caution signal going up, like, before we go any further. Although they're going to go further.
Mm. I am here with Mr. Mickey Raphael, who has been on the road with Willie for 39 years playing harmonica.
Since 1973.
Since 1973. And he's just pretty much the most in-demand harmonica player there is in the music business.
In this room, anyway.
In this room, for sure. What do you think it was about Hank's personality that made him such a good songwriter?
I don't know, he saw things. I mean, songwriters, I think, know how to listen. First off, they listen to what's going on around them. They're really aware. And maybe they just don't hear certain things the way you and I would hear it. Because somebody will say something and they'll hear a song title or a line in a song that may just completely go past, you or me.
That song is basically about, people sticking around the same town where their families were from for duty, supporting their families. And I mean, that's something that's real.
Yeah.
And it's something that you broke out of, which is not easy and it's scary.
No, it's, and that whole idea about when you do leave, you can't go back home kind of thing.
Right.
So when I do go home and see people that I went to high school with or that I grew up with, went to elementary school with, and I don't feel sorry for them because, they're living life and doing what they do with their children and, Little League baseball and church softball and doing what their dad did for a living. And I don't know, I just couldn't stand the thought of that.
I know, because I was going to ask you, because I know I'm the same way. It's like there's people that are perfectly happy with that life, but I think that for creative people, it's not an option.
Yeah.
So you've got to go make something of yourself because you don't really have another choice.
Yeah.
Some
people have just that wanderlust.
Exactly.